Even the very idea of looking 5 years out was nerve-wracking to me. Soon enough, it was time to head over to Campanina for dinner. I arrived 15 minutes early, and so did she. I guess we both took our future seriously enough to be ultra-punctual. In order to keep a straightforward tone to our meeting, I wore jeans, a basic black top, and flats. But Regina apparently didn't get the memo. When I saw her walking up, my jaw dropped. Along with an adorable floral print dress, she wore some classic mules. Oh, and she had on the shoulder-length kid leather opera gloves I had just given her. We gave each other a gentle hug and looked into each other's eyes for a few beats. The hug clearly told us that whatever obstacles there were about being together were only obstacles, not dead ends. There was a lot at stake, but I was positive about one thing. I was determined to be honest and gentle with my new best friend. I was feeling optimistic that we could make it all work. But honestly, I had no idea how our relationship would look at the end of this dinner. We sat at the side table, and between ordering and dining, I remember the conversation unfolding like this. You wore the gloves.
You noticed.
How was your day?
Confusing. I'm trying to make sense of all this.
Same here.
I didn't mean to pout off last night.
It's okay. I didn't mean to freeze up. There were just too many things racing in my head to process. Question. Were you ever submissive with your ex?
Never. He was abusive, but it wasn't consensual. It was ugly. And I've never kissed a girl before you. It never even crossed my mind.
Do you still like guys?
Since we have been seeing each other, I realized that maybe I was never fully attracted to guys. With you, it's fire. I have never felt fire in my life. What about you, liking guys?
I was always attracted to their bodies. I still am. The idea of being overpowered by their sheer size and strength always appealed to me sexually. But I agree with you about the fire. With guys, it was never there in reality, but with you, it's there.
Are you naturally submissive? Are we doing this wrong?
No, I'm naturally dominant. My fantasies in the past have me hurting and dominating someone else.
I couldn't be anything other than your object. I want you to degrade me and use me. I want to be locked up and forgotten for hours until you eventually decide you need some pleasure. I want you to force your hand into my mouth while I'm tied up and choke me.
We fell into a flirty gaze.
I've always felt like this, but I never knew you existed.
You really want me to go that dark?
I want you to abuse me and neglect me with all your heart. I want to serve you, Meg.
Regina, you are beautiful. The waitress showed up to pour water and interrupt the flow with idle chit-chat. After she left, we both came down to earth a bit and continued to talk. What would monogamy look like to you?
It would just be whatever it is, without dating others.
But what would it look like? Would we be gay to everyone?
I haven't thought that far ahead. Excuse me while I go to the restroom.
She left the table. My head was really trying to grasp all of this as I played with the breadsticks in the basket. But not even a second later, I was startled to feel Regina's gloves covering my eyes. She had faked going to the bathroom and sneaked up behind me to blindfold me, holding her gloved hands over my eyes. I could imagine a few restaurant customers must have been trying to guess what our deal was. Why was this woman in leather opera gloves blindfolding a girl in the restaurant? They must have thought some surprise was about to be revealed. She whispered in my ear.
You can't see love, can you?
No.
Love doesn't look like a man or a woman, does it?
No.
But my loving hands are on you. You can feel it without having to define my gender. I feel love coming from you too. It doesn't come in a man's body, it just comes.
She had me. How can you argue with love has no gender?